Ghostbusters new film comes out in
3 days. 3 days, dude. How excited are you for
I'm
Frozen
very, very,
Empire?
very excited. However, I was a naughty boy and I looked for some spoilers. And
No.
I got really worried about them killing off any of the OGs, right?
Yeah.
Because I think it would be unnecessary considering we've already lost one naturally.
Yeah.
And a part of me was like, oh, see if they've done that, I'll be really quite upset. Because I do hold these characters quite close to my heart.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, I'm going to look at and finding spoilers for this film is nigh on impossible. And
Good.
there are no
Don't want them.
no, there are no spoilers, but someone said, oh, please, if this happens, I'll be really upset. And someone came back and answered the question. And I was like, okay, well, now I know that. But that's all I wanted to know. It's going to be fun.
Yep.
I don't know how much we've seen in trailers that, there's obviously a lot going on we've not seen. There's a whole character that has been omitted from marketing.
Well, that's the thing. It's like, people always see too much in trailers. You think, well, if you add up, I think some of the Spider-Man films had way too many, like 20 minutes worth of trailers or something with all different footage in each one. But generally, you got a couple of minutes. If you have 2 or 3 different trailers, you've probably seen like 5 minutes in total of the film or whatever. So there is a lot that you've not seen. But obviously, plot stuff can be given away in trailers. But
yeah, I mean, it did make me laugh. It absolutely made me laugh that people would just complain about spoilers. I said, well, don't watch the trailer. But anyway, very excited. Old cast and new cast.
Mm-hmm.
Some newbies. We're back in New York, even though they filmed it in London.
Which is, I learned that the other day. It's like, huh? It's very strange. But I learned, so we're gonna delve through like the whole history of various Ghostbuster movies and stuff. I learned the other day that the inside of the library, that's how much, see, you mentioned Ghostbusters, little hearts come up, it's great. The inside of the library in the first Ghostbusters wasn't even the New York library, it was Los Angeles. I'm like, what? I was in that, I've been inside that library, but it's not that library. It's the LA one, which I haven't been inside.
And the
New York one.
Sandwich Hotel, where they first catch Slimer, who wasn't called Slimer at the time.
Onion Head or something, wasn't he?
Or John Belushi.
John Belushi, yeah, which is genius.
That's just around the corner from the Sony lot.
Yep. Was it something like 2 weeks they spent in New York and then the rest of it was LA?
Yeah, they mostly got all their exteriors. And what blew my mind, so see the bit where they get to Central Park West?
Yeah.
And there's a big earthquake and the cars go down and whatever. Mm-hmm. So when they first arrive, that is Central Park West. But obviously when all the earthquake stuff happens, just recreated the set out in LA. Yep. And just did that whole half of it. And I was like, oh, my mind is blown. Because at no point can you see where that happens.
No. Seamless.
There's a really great documentary called Cleaning Up the Town by the Buenos. And it's stellar. And they've been working on part 2 for Ghostbusters 2 for a year. I mean, they worked on the first one for years. It's all crowdfunded. But I'm so sorry, I keep upping. But yeah, the second one will be coming out soon.
Good.
And it's so insightful, like the process of that film. They offered the role of Louis Tully to John Candy.
Yeah.
But he wanted to play it as like this mad eccentric German who had like Alsatians or something, or Dalmatian.
Yep.
The rumor has it Eddie Murphy was never offered a role.
Oh, okay, because I'd read that, and it was like Eddie Murphy was originally going to be the role that Ernie Hudson got.
In documentary that was never the case.
Really?
There's addition footage of Sigourney Weaver running about the room, barking and howling like a dog, which we've never seen.
Sounds like one of Sigourney's whole movies, to be fair.
Yeah, well, but yeah, lots of fun stuff. Ghostbusters 2 originally was supposed to take place in Scotland.
Interesting.
It's all about rings and there was a Dana wasn't even in the second script until much later on down the line. There was another woman. And Vigo wasn't Vigo; he was someone else. And Janosch was originally Vigo in human form.
Right.
And then it's revealed that he's Vigo.
So I'm going to go back way, way back. Right. So what year were you born?
1984. I was born in the year of Ghostbusters.
And what month?
March, and it came out It didn't come out in the UK till December.
I didn't, which I mean, I knew when it came out because I was there when I watched it, but I didn't realise that America got it in June. and then people in the UK couldn't watch it till December. I saw it on the 8th of December, 1984, it was Saturday. Because for the major films, generally around that time, I would have gone myself down to the cinema and watched it on my triple screen multiplex at the time. So I did see it very, very close.
But it wasn't that for people to bitch.
But I saw it, and I won't get you too much started on this topic because I know we could do a full podcast on that one. But Doctor Who is coming out.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever was running the Doctor Who Twitter thing put a timetable out. What's going on there?
I'm angry.
So whoever's in charge of the Doctor Who Twitter account or whatever, Dennis will get back onto Ghostbusters. But they put out a little picture of the times that it was going to air. And there was one guy who was going mental. He was livid. We in the UK should get it first. This is absolutely ridiculous. I'm fuming. He was mad. So I thought, well, let's have a look at these because there's time zones. They're a thing. Time zones do exist.
We get it first.
No, we don't. According to my calculate, which might be off, we get it 1 hour later than Los Angeles. Because LA apparently get it at 11 o'clock at 4 p.m. Right? LA get it. And we get it at midnight, I think, if I remember rightly enough. And looking at it, that is 1 hour difference. From when I Googled it, but some people have been putting their clocks backwards and forwards, so maybe that.
No, I don't.
Changes.
No, I think. So it goes out at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, 4 p.m. Pacific Time. That's a big gap in America, right?
Yeah, well, it's a big country, though, isn't it? It's got like 5 time zones, doesn't it?
10 a.m. in Australia.
Yeah.
But it goes out on BBC iPlayer at the same time as the US counterparts, but it comes out at 12 a.m. on the 11th.
Yeah.
So we do get it at the exact same time. It's just 12 o'clock in the morning. And what I've seen angry fans saying is that we're the UK, it's our show, we pay for it, we should get it first. How do you expect us to keep our children up till midnight to watch it? You don't.
No, you don't.
You wait and watch it with them first thing in the morning if you want to, or you can wait till it goes out at 7 o'clock at night on the BBC as it would normally. But this is the price they pay for Disney.
But they're all mad about this. I'm getting it I've got to wait a few hours to watch this thing. Let's go back to Ghostbusters.
Months.
Which there was no internet. 6 months. I didn't even realize that it was 6 months. And I was thinking, so I saw it on the 8th of December, right, 1984. I'm 13 years old. I can remember watching it. I can remember being, jumping out my skin in the librarian scene. It's like, what am I going to watch? What I couldn't remember, though, was why I went to watch it, which is a good question because nobody knew what it was. But we kind of did. And I'm thinking, why did I go and watch Ghostbusters? Pretty much I went to see everything that was suitable for me as a kid.
Was it Barry's review on Film 84?
No, it was just the music video was everywhere.
Yeah.
So it comes out in America, the film, in June. So the video would have been huge on TV. So we had 6 months in the UK of that flipping Ray Parker Jr. And it's an earworm, that song.
He may or may not have ripped off.
From Huey Lewis, yep.
Yeah.
Which, to be fair, if you listen to both songs, it does sound very similar. But the video was everywhere. The Ghostbusters symbol was absolutely everywhere. I remember as a kid spending months trying to draw it freehand. And I think I eventually managed to do it.
We need to go out. We need to mention the guy who created that symbol.
It's a cool symbol.
And it was Michael C. Gross.
Well, Michael Gross, you're amazing. I think
no longer with us, sadly, but he created the logo.
I think that logo and the Batman 1989 logo are without, because they don't have the words on it.
No.
Whether you want to call the film Ghostbusters or Ghostbusters, there's another thing, because it's 2 words on the film titles, isn't it?
Or Ghost Smashers.
Or Ghost Smashers. But it was one of the most iconic symbols, like,
what
ever.
was the 89 logo? Oh, the 89 logo for Batman was so
It's
cool.
amazing. That again was everywhere. T-shirts, bootleg T-shirts, and people were drawing it, and the amount of tattoos out there is probably loads. But I think that's why I went to see Ghostbusters, because I wasn't familiar with Saturday Night Live. I was familiar with who Bill Murray was. I was familiar with who Dan Aykroyd was because of the Blues Brothers and stuff like that.
Probably didn't get Saturday Night Live over here then.
We never did. No, we never got it. There wasn't any internet where you would see people talking about Saturday Night Live. I certainly wasn't reading any books about the history of Saturday Night Live when I was 13 back in 1984. So it would have been the music video and the symbol, and then the official trailer. I did look at the teaser trailer earlier today, and I'm like, I don't ever remember seeing that teaser trailer. But I saw the official one. I saw the official trailer. That would have been in front of like Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom or something like that, which came out that summer as well.
Can't find anywhere that says when Saturday Night Live started airing over here. I just keep getting Friday Night Live, which was like the UK version on Channel 4.
Yeah.
80s. Oh well, there you go.
So that's why I went to see it. How did you come to discover? Because obviously you weren't in the cinema, unless your mum gave birth to you. I mean, that's possible in an American screening. But how did you discover the film?
It was my 5th birthday, and they came down. They came into the room with the birthday cake, Thomas Tank Engine. I blew out the candles, and then I just heard like some music playing on the TV, and I turned around and I was like, "What's that?" And my mum went, "Oh, it's your favourite." I was like, "Oh, I have a favourite," and it was the library scene, and they, get her, rah, and they run out, and then the music starts, right? Yeah, that's how it starts. Oh no, it's not. It wasn't get her. It was when the little old woman was scared by the library ghost. That's how it starts.
Yeah.
And the music came on, and it was just like dun, 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 dun. And I wonder, so what must have happened was when I was younger, I must have watched the real Ghostbusters cartoon first. Right. I have no memory of that, but I must have loved it. My mum would have said, "Oh, that's your favourite." And every year on my birthday, bar maybe 2, I sit and I watch Ghostbusters 1 because it's just tradition.
So your 5th birthday party would have been whilst the second film was out as well, wouldn't it?
Yeah, so that would have been I think the second one came out in summer, although it was a Christmas film.
Yeah, so Die Hard came out in the summer.
Did the second come out in the summer? Yeah.
I didn't go as far as looking for the release dates of Ghostbusters 2, but
so no, it came out in December here. So it works.
Yeah.
Again, that's what 6 months. Because it came out in the summer of '89 in America because it got beat by Batman, and then 6 months later it came out here, and I remember Barry Norman '89, film '89, and my dad was like, "Fraser, come in quick!" And I ran into the room and they were talking about Ghostbusters 2, and they showed the trailer for it, and then my dad took me with my mum and my mum must have came, but I don't remember anyone else but my dad being there. But my brother Stuart was like, "We were there too, you idiot." And yeah, we watched it. We watched the second one together.
So here's why do you love, and we'll focus on the first Ghostbusters for now.
Oh, it's flawless, Stuart.
Why? Why do you love it? Does it still hold up? I say yes, it does still hold up.
Some things that are a bit dodgy.
Like what?
Penguin's sleeping tablets that he gives to.
Yeah.
Why did he have them on a first date?
Yeah.
But then again, people look too much into these things, and I bet you it was complete. I bet you they weren't thinking that's why he does it.
No.
Ray getting a blowjob from the ghost, although a dream sequence in the original cut did actually happen. Him and Winston go up to that manor.
Yep.
Called Fort. Oh, what's it called? Ghostbusters related scene 4.
But why doesn't that Dan Aykroyd scene hold up? I think it does.
Oh no, it does. As a kid, it's Fort Demerring Ghost. That's what it is. So, what was nice, like when it must have been the 35th anniversary a few years ago, and they had like a big Ghostbusters event and on the Sony lot, and they released a whole bunch of like deleted scenes that no one had seen before and unused footage and stuff. It was really nice that a lot of it came back. Oh, controversial, long lost. Just not controversial. Go away. It was the 80s, guys. It was the 80s.
Yeah, because it's not a controversial thing. I mean, I saw it as a kid.
Yeah, exactly.
And
nothing
in that film. Just
them.
the bit that, well, you didn't even think about that. You sort of knew roughly what was going on, but you didn't go, oh, wow. It was just like, it was a quick scene, and it was done. The thing you came out with after you'd watched Ghostbusters was that library bit at the beginning. I nearly wet myself. That was it.
I loved
some of the harsh language in there. It didn't bother you at all, because
that's so much of Lewis, and it's just like the dogs got him at the hotel, at the restaurant, and none of the doors were opening. And it's just a cute little pooch with a milk or something. Just it's so well cast. It's got a nice pace, despite what your friend on Twitter said the other day, and it's funny. It's got a great plot. It's got great mythology. Stuff about Ivor Shandor and the building and Gozer, and because Dan Aykroyd's like grandfather was a medium, like he could deal with ghosts. So like Samuel Aykroyd. So that all means that he's quite spiritual about it, and I think people don't take that seriously enough of him, and I feel quite sorry for him. But it's just a great cast. They're all friends. It just runs along nicely. The music is incredible.
I think the music's better in the first one than the second one.
I agree, but they recently, 5 years ago, they released the soundtrack for the score for the second one, because it had never been released before.
Right.
So Randy Elderman, who did it, he brought out the music. He released it, and the fans for years were clamoring, "We want this! We want the score for the second one! We want the score! We want the score!" And a friend of mine had 2 of the tracks that no one had. And he made friends with the composer, and he sent them to me. So I had them on my phone for months. Like the Holy Grail. Anything to do with Ghostbusters is like a little Holy Grail.
Yeah.
But
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But yeah, it's just funny. I love watching it. Like Siobhan only saw it for the first time properly with me when we started dating, and she didn't hate it. And then we watched it again there for my birthday, and we watched it. We were both just laughing away.
What do you mean? I'm always fascinated by people that watch films that we saw when we were kids for the first time now. So what were her thoughts on it?
She's got 9 years on me, remember? So
yeah.
I'm 9 years older. So it wasn't her era in the slightest. But I think she wasn't watching it and thinking, "Oh, this doesn't hold up," or "It's a bit dodgy." She just enjoyed it for what it was.
Yeah.
Which is
what you should. Yeah, exactly. Well done, Siobhan.
But you don't think Abbott and Costello, like doing the ghost hunting short years ago? That's what it's like. Men in Black was Ghostbusters for that time.
Yeah.
Like it's a formula that works.
Well, there was that. There was Evolution with David Duchovny. That was another one. That was also Ivan Reitman, wasn't it?
Ivan Reitman. So yeah, originally that film was a horror, and they turned it into a comedy. And the writer was pissed.
Oh, good film though. I enjoy it. It's good.
Ty Burrell's in that film, and I always forget Ty Burrell of Modern Family fame. But what I think works so wonderful is that when Paul Rudd was in the third film, Afterlife, canonically the third film. I'm a big fan.
Really? I was thinking the Melissa McCarthy's like, I'm sorry, third film.
That was a third film released in the franchise, but not canonical to the first two. But he's such a fanboy of the Ghostbusters. When he sees a pack for the first time and a track for the first time, he's just so excited. And sitting behind me is a pack. Yeah. So I get the excitement of firing that up for the first time, and he represents a certain fandom.
Would you firing up a pack for the first time? Do you think that would be the equivalent of like a Star Wars kid with a lightsaber?
Yeah,
Is it equal to that?
Yeah, I had a weird relationship with it, because when I got into doing the cosplay stuff, doing it for the group, names won't be mentioned, and everyone was like, "Oh, I want to show up my pack." I was like, "No, I want to wait. I want to wait till it's my pack."
Yeah.
And the first time you got your pack and you flip the switch and it goes doo, and it fires it up, you just go, "Oh, it's such a lovely sound."
Yep.
It's the same as a DeLorean when
Yeah.
powers of the time, like the flux capacitor fluxing, and it's a lightsaber. It's all that sort. It's just certain iconic bits. Like, can you remember the noise of the plutonium going into the flux? Yeah. That kind of suction. Like, it's all that stuff. Like, it's all just it's our childhood.
And it's like the second one I rewatched because for years I'm like, I like the first one.
You missed out.
Not a fan of it. And I couldn't work out why. And then I watched it. I mean, the summer of 89 was pretty impressive. Anyway, we've got the third Indiana Jones film, Lethal Weapon 2, Batman. So there was a lot of big films coming out. And Ghostbusters 2, I never saw it at the big screen for whatever reason. And I'm thinking, why didn't I like it? Because I watched it the other night. And I would say I enjoyed it nearly as much. Like, if I don't enjoy it as much as the first one, it's only because of the nostalgia part of the first one. So if I take out the nostalgic feeling, 2's as good as 1.
But what I love about the second one is that it hits the ground running.
Yeah.
And the camaraderie is right there. Like that courtroom scene where they're all putting the packs on. Like, I forget how heavy this stuff is. Like, that just, every convention was always the joke. Like, I forget how heavy this stuff is. And the Egon.
Everybody looks at him like an idiot. You messed it up.
Yep. Scene where they're trying to get the ghosts, and he goes, "Come on, big boy, I'm going to take you out to my private zoo." And the music, and it's a carbon copy of 1.
But that's fine because we love 1.
I don't understand. That was the rule of thumb of sequels back then.
Yeah.
Do it again, but bigger.
Yeah. So, and it's like, well, so why didn't I like 2 as much back in the day? And I'm thinking, I know why it was. Because I watched it on a rental VHS, on a 15-inch portable TV, because that's what they were back then. Pan and scan. There was no widescreen.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like I can either watch Ghostbusters 1 in a cinema, in an auditorium, a huge screen and widescreen and Dolby Surround and all that sort of stuff, or Dolby Stereo. And then I go to watching a rental VHS on a 15-inch black, color portable with a pan and scan VHS. And I'm thinking that's got to be it. That's got to be why. And just for years, I've not avoided it. And I'm not one of these like 2's terrible, quick burn it, hit it with slime. I just thought I wasn't a fan, so I'll just go back and watch the first one. I really enjoyed watching number 2. It's really good. I think that the parts that were weird, there was a lot of threat to baby life in that film. And maybe that didn't sit right with people because it's very hard to laugh or go, this is awesome, when you see a baby rolling out into traffic. So maybe that's something I would change. There's a lot of, is this baby going to die?
As a parent, doesn't bother me.
Really? Nope.
This is not real.
No, but I'm not talking about you, but it's like you watch Ghostbusters and you go, I get I'm watching a film with Saturday Night, but you put yourself in it as if it's real. I do anyway.
It's fine.
Yeah. And I thought the songs were better in the first one.
Yeah, it was very much like rap central. Yeah. And Bobby Brown has a real heavy presence in the second.
And a cameo.
And a cameo. Proton Pack is not a toy.
Yeah.
I love the scene in the birthday party, and it's Jason Reitman is the guy.
I didn't know that until this week. Yeah. You're
in the scene where Dana visits Egon for the first time, and he's doing the couple therapy test. The little girl is Jason Reitman's sister.
Wow. Okay, I didn't know
that. So yeah, let's see what happens when we take away the puppy. Like, it's all just like the whole bit when Venkman walks in to raise a Coull, and he's doing the whole accent about it. When he said a penthouse pet, I thought he genuinely meant a cat for so long.
No.
Yeah. Whoosh.
Yep.
Epidipitis is what I can't say, but it's like I bet those college chicks really love their large cranium years ago. I think they're more interested in my epidipitis. I was like, oh, penis. He means penis.
Yep. But yeah, so number 2, I enjoyed number 2. It's just, I mean, cosplaying you've done, we're going to get onto the cosplaying thing, but it's just, what do you think? Because we know the way the internet works now. We've talked about stuff like that. Ghostbusters 1 comes out now, right? There is no other Ghostbusters film. The first one comes out now.
So as
it is, but obviously it looks like it was filmed now. Does it do well? Or would it? I mean, a lot of the films that come out now are because of Ghostbusters, so I suppose it does get a little bit tricky, but
I think a really good way of comparing it is by taking Afterlife as the example, because Afterlife came out, 30 plus years after the original, so it was a younger generation that were available to it, and not just the fans. And that film did really well enough to get a sequel, and I think it would do as well now.
I would hope so.
It wouldn't hit the big, $1 billion mark, because no films are hitting the $1 billion mark.
Very, very few. I think it's like 2 a year or whatever, isn't it? On a good year.
But back in 1984, the box office for that film was huge. It was number one.
It was 229 million according to Box Office Mojo.
295.2 million.
295.
I mean, all things considered, Ghostbusters 2 still walked away with 215.4 million.
That's impressive, considering that people sort of remember that film as being not good.
And the third one
did really well.
Afterlife walked away with 204 million.
What did Ghostbusters 2016 walk away with?
It wasn't as bad as they all said it was. It was 229.1 million.
See, that's fine. But people remember it as well as big old disaster, which it wasn't. But
they're saying it was against 144 million production budget, making it a box office bomb. And we're like, no. They're not saying that about the rest of them, which all hit some of the numbers.
No, they don't. They sort of fit the narrative to suit their own argument, don't they?
So the budget for Afterlife was 75 million.
Is it real? Damn, that looked more than 75 million.
I brought in 204. I guarantee you, Frozen Empire is a lot more.
That probably cost a lot more. Was it 180, 190?
It's not telling me. It's tracking. You know how you love tracking.
No, I hate tracking.
It's so according to Reddit, it's tracking 40 million and it's open domestic. Yeah. They only ever consider America. They never consider the rest of the world. It's considered to be the next big flop of the year.
I love the enthusiasm and optimism of these so-called media outlets. They drive me up the wall.
So here comes Slash Films. Let's say the budget is 100 million or more. That means that the studio would need to get the film much closer to 300 million to be considered not a flop.
It's insane, isn't it? I mean, I know we touch upon this sort of what is wrong with so-called film fandom, but it's a valid argument. It's like, be happy about something, look forward to something.
But saying that, they're saying it's expected to get somewhere between 35 and 47 million in its open weekend, but that puts it in a similar range to its predecessor, which debuted to 44 million.
Yeah.
But that wasn't a flop.
No.
It's not even. I mean, they're doing a lot of marketing for this one.
They are doing a heck of a lot of marketing. Yeah.
So many trailers and clips and memes and TikToks and Instagrams, and like the cast are all out. Old and new cast are out there.
Yeah.
They had a big premiere in New York recently. I saw a really entitled fan bitch and moan about the premiere. Nothing to do with the film. Just the premiere. And they're like, oh, we were obviously the B screen because it was at 2 screenings. And they're like, oh, but wasn't in the greatest of seats. Here's my view, and it's like you can see the screen, and then they were like, didn't see any celebrities apart from Paul Rudd coming out the toilet. I'm like, so that based on my experiences, I wouldn't do a premiere again. It's like, how entitled do you have to be?
But so you get a phone call, Fraser, and you're like, hi, this is Dave from Columbia. We want to, we've got a space in the B screen. Do you want to watch it? Yeah. You would go in, you wouldn't care where you was, as long as you could see the film, and you would come out as giddy as the 5-year-old that you were when you first saw the film way back when. I guarantee it. Fraser's legged it again.
So
here we go, he's back again now.
Right. So here is my ticket.
Yeah.
For the premiere for the last one.
Nice.
And it was Cineworld IMAX, right?
Yeah.
But there was a 4D, there was an IMAX and a super screen, and they just divvied it up. They just split us into 2 rooms. And Ivan Reitman and Jason Reitman came out and they gave a speech, and the film started. They went across the hall, they gave a speech, and the film started. We all got the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Afterwards, Jason Reitman was hanging about in the foyer. We all got to go meet him. We all got to shake his hand. We all got a photo. We all got signatures.
And you came out happy, not going, do you know what? My seat wasn't ideal. It wasn't very comfy.
So happy.
Yeah. And
I'm a little bit sad that I didn't get to go down and do it again this time, but I don't care. Like, we got, it's rare that we're on the 5th Ghostbuster film.
Yeah. Because after number 2, they were like, money-wise, it did okay, but I think a lot of people just complained about it. And I think Aykroyd, wasn't there something where Dan Aykroyd wanted to do a 3rd one, and it was in development for years, and nobody could agree to be happy with each other?
It was called Hellbent. But Bill Murray at the time wanted to call the second one The Last of the Ghostbusters, and he wanted to kill them all off.
Oh no, don't do that. He didn't want
to do it again, because he's not a sequel. He's not a sequel guy. But someone asked him on the red carpet, Bill, would you do another Ghostbusters film? And he went, as long as it's good.
Yeah, best answer you could give.
But they held it up for so long because Bill Murray didn't want to do it, and the studio were, well, he's our biggest star. So unless he agrees to do it, and they all have a stake in it, like they are like they all have a right to it. So it just didn't happen. It didn't happen. Then Harold passed away, and they decided to do the other one. And I bet you Bill regretted falling out with Harold for so many years. And I bet you he was like, I'm going to do it for Harold. He says he did it to send his son to university.
Yeah, I think that's the Bill Murray flippant sort of comedy answer, isn't it?
But like, just nobody has entitlement over anything.
No.
Sony, Columbia, the writers, directors, filmmakers, the actors owe you nothing. And
it's like, I think a lot about films in the 80s, because I watched a lot of films in the 80s, and I've been rewatching so many of them. And you go back to like the early months of 1984, you've probably got Ivan Reitman and all the cast and Dan Aykroyd going, can't wait for people to see this film. It's going to be amazing. The execs have seen it and they love it because they were laughing and they were scared at the same time. Really can't wait for an audience to see this. It's going to be great. And then you fast forward to now, and a filmmaker's probably like, I don't know if I'm ready for this. They're gonna, I don't want to switch my computer on, because it's just.
Same with Doctor Who.
Yeah.
They went and made 8 new episodes, and I do find it bizarre. Like, so they're putting the first 2 episodes out. It's a double bill premiere, which means we've suddenly gone from 8 weeks of Doctor Who to 7.
Mm-hmm.
And we used to get 13 weeks of Doctor Who. So, but I get it. Things cost more money now. You can tell good stories in 8 episodes. Like, I'm not mad at that. And I spoke to a friend of mine. I said, why is he double billing it? And he says, it's to get ahead of the Euros final so it doesn't clash.
Yeah.
But I'm like, the Venn diagram here, people watch, the Euros, and people watching, or the FA Cup, I don't know football, and people watching Doctor Who, there's not much lap here.
No.
But they've obviously made the decision. And I'm amazed that they're not just dropping it all at once.
I quite like the week-to-week thing now.
Same. Oh no, I'm the same. I love
do.
that. What were we watching? We were watching The Traitors, right? Not scripted at all, but we were watching it in catch up. So we didn't watch it until series 2, and we went back and we watched series 1, and we binged it. Like, we did like 3 episodes a night, and obviously we had to go to bed. We have a small child, and then we caught up as far as we could with series 2, and then we caught up, and we're like, oh, now we have to wait a week.
Yep.
And that was great. I loved waiting a week to find out what happened next.
And also, if you drop a show like on whatever streaming platform, you've got to stay off the internet, because they feel the need to just, and you'll see it with Ghostbusters, people will go watch the film, rush home, got to get my review up, let's put things about how terrible it is, even though it's not terrible. You know what I mean? It's just like the whole, got to do it, my fans need me.
But that's why I've said to Siobhan, I said, when you finish work on Friday, you come find me and we're going to that cinema.
Yeah.
And we're going to go see it, and then I'll go see it again next week with Lindsay. But it's just, people are so quick to shout hate. We've had a whole conversation about film fans and the trolls and the negativity of it all. But it just makes me sad that people just can't enjoy a film anymore. And you've experienced this more than anyone, not anyone, but you've experienced
a lot. Yeah.
Where you're being quite vocal and you said, well, I saw that film that everyone hated and I quite liked it. And you get told to your face, well, you're wrong.
Yeah, I've thought that.
You're not wrong. You enjoyed the film.
Yeah.
And I'm no longer engaged in Ghostbuster communities. I'm no longer part of the fandom. Like I'm fringe, and I'm quite happy being. I quite like being fringe. Like my pack's and a guitar stand over there, sitting in pride place, and my wall is covered in the mirror. I can see all my stuff. But like, I don't want to entertain the idea of engagement with Ghostbuster fans over this new film, because if it's not 100% like it was in 1984, if their memory ingrained forever, they're not going to enjoy it. And you get Doctor Who fans who are like in their 16, 17, 18, early 20s, and they're like, oh my god, I love Jodie Whittaker. Oh my god, I love this new Doctor Ncuti Gatwa. And you get fans from the 60s and the 70s and 80s goes, well, you're not the true fans because we were there first. And I'm like, your age does not negate or give you benefit.
Does that mean I like Ghostbusters more than you, Fraser? Because I saw it in theaters, and it's not much. You weren't even able to go to the cinema. No, it doesn't. It doesn't mean that at all.
I've seen that argument.
Wow.
Just enjoy the fucking film.
Yeah, I mean, as a film viewer, the studio's jobs is to make a film to keep me and you entertained for up to 2 hours or whatever.
Make a bad film.
Go for it. Try make a film and try and keep me entertained, Columbia. And I watch it, and it's like, yes, you've done good. You've kept me entertained. That's good. Thank you very much. And I move on. This, that, and the other. It's if I don't like a film, I'm not going to go berserk and go, how dare you? No.
So Frozen Empire is 1 hour and 55 minutes.
Good length for a movie.
Ghostbusters 1, 1 hour 45. Ghostbusters 2, 1 hour 48. Ghostbusters Afterlife, 2 hours and 4 minutes.
Yeah. I mean, credits are obviously longer than they are.
And they'll probably
way back.
There won't be like end credit. There won't be an end credit scene. Ghostbusters 2016, just for balance, 1 hour 56 minutes.
Isn't there an extended version of that though, which is longer?
There is, and if you've not watched it, watch it.
I've seen that one.
Yeah, I prefer the extended version.
I saw the theatrical one and enjoyed it. Came out, I'm like, oh, it was good.
I saw it.
It was great. It was fun.
I saw it 5 times.
Really, I saw it once, and then I saw the Blu-ray when it came out with the extended version on, and I enjoyed that too.
I'm listening. I'm going to the back of the room where I disappear. I'm going to show you something.
Good show. This is like so anybody listening to this on audio, you're missing out on all these little goodies, like Fraser's ticket.
You need to do audio describe.
and I have no clue what he's coming back with. What's he come back with? There was that Steelbook
for 2016.
Nice.
How gorgeous is that?
That is stunning. Has it got them women people on the front though?
Oh,
it's got
no.
Woke.
So inside is the bonus disc.
Okay, that's unusual packaging.
Yep, and then you've got the usual.
Yeah.
So you've got the that must be 4K. Oh yes, this is the 3D version that I've got.
Oh wow, okay.
And it's also got the traditional one. Yeah, Blu-ray 3D, and then just normal.
Long live physical media. That's what I say.
I mean, that's cool.
That is pretty cool. That looks good on a shelf, even if you don't watch it. Which I'm sure you do watch it.
And I've got the. I'm just looking at all the crap I've got for Ghostbusters. I've got the Steelbook for Ghostbusters 1 and 2. The weird one that they brought out where the ghosts is both doing the one finger in one hand and 2 in the other.
I don't quite understand the 2 logo. I get it for the film poster, but they have it on their flight suits and stuff, and I don't quite understand that's like a weird in-joke thing, isn't it? Possibly.
2 logo.
Yeah. I always prefer the because obviously for me that's the more iconic symbol, because I spent so long trying to draw the damn thing.
So apparently the in-universe explanation is that it's a celebration that the Ghostbusters are back in business, a victory over the bureaucrats and paper pushers who forced them to shut down.
I am fine with that explanation. Problem solved.
Second iteration of the company. They were out of the business and now they're back in.
Yeah. That's a pretty good explanation. I'm all right. I'm okay with that.
As a kid, you don't care. I didn't like.
No.
They just stacked the Ecto one.
Yeah.
But what's been quite nice about the new film coming out, and you've seen it in some promotional pictures, is that Trevor goes up to the attic, wherever the attic is, and there's boxes of like the Ghostbusters thermos mug and free balloons for the kids.
How much did you want to get in the attic and steal that stuff?
Really bad.
I would really want to get in the attic. Where is that stuff, Jason? Where is it?
Are you when do you get to go see it?
I am not sure yet. If it was up to me, I'd just go watch it on opening weekend, but it would depend when Annette's free, so I'll have to try and drag her off to watch it. So
we'll need to keep an eye on the box office, but I don't think the box office matters anymore.
No, it doesn't.
The Flash bombed, and then out in streaming, and now it's done well.
Yep.
Same with Aquaman 2.
And I know for a fact that when Ghostbusters Frozen Empire comes out on Blu-ray, I will buy it.
I mean,
so they're getting money from me that way.
I'll get the Steelbook as well, and I guarantee I've already pre-ordered the physical copy of the soundtrack.
Nice. Yep.
Ghostbusters.
You said it's like out in April or something, didn't you?
Yeah, but now they're saying it's coming out next week, so it must have been a whole day. I'm loading up the Steelbook website.
Just careful you don't see the soundtrack listing. You know, it could be like so-and-so dies. Qui-Gon's funeral.
Yeah,
no.
The death of Venkman. Yeah, I know. that'll be it, won't it? That'll be exactly it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited. I love them. Sorry, my cat's about to go on a mad running session after her litter trip. And I'm just preempting it so she doesn't destroy my train set in the hall.
Yes, you don't want cats causing havoc. Cats and dogs living together.
Mass hysteria. what I'm really excited about is, like, I feel like Winston got shafted in the second film.
Yeah.
Because he was a big part of the first film, but originally he was supposed to come in a lot sooner, but they just gave all these funny lines to Bill Murray. And then out comes the second one, and then he's not in it till like you know, quite far. He's got a little bit in it, but not a lot.
Yeah.
And
then now they're sort of rewarding him a little bit, I think, now, aren't they? By, you know, he's the brains behind the new Ghostbusters.
Zedmore Industries.
Yeah.
So that's nice. I like that. Oh, I might have to cut short in a minute. My good lady has with it. She's going to M&S, and I'm going to go meet her. But like, I'm glad that they're doing that. I'm glad that we've been told that they're not just cameos.
Yeah.
And I hope that's the case.
You will find out in not too many days, Fraser.
I know. I've got a day of work tomorrow. Then it's me and Harrison on Thursday, and then he's away to his grandparents on Friday, and then Siobhan's away on Saturday, and I've got the Glasgow Short Film Festival in between all.
Oops.
So, and I'm raising money to shoot the rest of Faithful. So, yeah, I'm counting down the days.
Are you going to go dressed in your flight suit?
No.
No?
I will wear the red jacket.
Yeah.
So
which I've seen pictures of the jacket. That jacket looks cool.
It's so cozy. I ordered that on an American website called nyjackets.com, because if you want the proper official ones, they're like £600.
Yeah, no.
Not happening.
No.
But I got it for much cheaper, and the quality is really good, and it's more or less the same as what we've got in the new film. So I'll wear that, and I've got a Ghostbusters. Don't know if you can see. I'm trying not to expose my stomach. But I've got like the new, you know, the engineering logo.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So Siobhan got me that for my birthday. So I'll wear that, and I'll wear the red jacket. I've got a Venkman shirt. I've got two Venkman shirts. So in the first film, he wears a red shirt over his flight suit when he goes to meet Dana at the fountain. Mm-hmm. So when I got it, because you've got to do a lot of research to see when these came out, are they available? Because they're all from the 70s.
Yeah.
But I had to buy the patches, and so buying the patches.
Okay. Yep.
And then recently, a company brought out a Venkman-inspired shirt from when he meets Dana for the first time, and it's the checkered blue and red one. And I've got the denim jacket that Ray wears in the first film, when he's got the car for the first time.
Yeah.
Only 6,400.
If you could time travel back to when you were 5 and whisper in your ear, going, by the way, in like several decades, you're still going to be obsessed with this film. Do you think your 5-year-old self would be like, yeah, probably, or would you be like, what? No chance. We're flying around in DeLoreans.
Who are you, old haggard man?
Okay, leave me alone. Yep.
Stranger danger. No. I think that would track. Once a nerd, always a nerd. Would you go back to tell yourself you're going to enjoy Ghostbusters 2 in 35 years?
No, I'd be surprised. I think my equivalent of Ghostbusters is probably Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
Classic film.
To me, it's like I will never ever tire of watching that film. But the difference is I have multiple versions of Close Encounters to watch. I got 3 different versions. So I really want like do something with the first Ghostbusters. Put those deleted scenes and cut scenes and stuff in there. Just let us watch them.
Is it Spielberg who did that?
Yeah.
Yeah. What always used to confuse me about Close Encounters of the Third Kind is like as a kid I was like, well, where's the first kind and second kind?
You do know that. You know the answer to that now, though, don't you?
Thought it was a sequel.
Yeah. No.
But they've never really done that. There's no sequels. Have they done any more Close Encounters?
No, they sort of turned the sequel into another film. And that other film, I believe, was Poltergeist.
Really?
Because it was going to be, the studio were like, Close Encounters made a fortune. Do a sequel. I don't want to do a sequel. Do a sequel. We'll give you loads of money. I don't want a sequel. And they had this thing called Night Skies, which was a script. And it was all these aliens that were just going to like invade this thing, invade like a farmhouse or something like that. And then it sort of got mushed through a machine and became Poltergeist eventually. And then I suppose you've got E.T., which is a spiritual sequel to Close Encounters of sorts.
There was a TV show in 2022.
Oh yeah, it's not that one.
No, called The Amended.
Yeah, no, you've never read anything like that. But leave Close Encounters the way it is. It's fine. It's perfect. But that's my equivalent, I think.
So I'll end on this. I'll end on 2 things. But I'll end on. So when I had the videotape of Ghostbusters 1, but I also had the videotape of Ghostbusters 1 and 2. And once Ghostbusters 1 ended, it cut to a black and white episode of Batman in between.
Okay.
How weird is that?
That is a bit odd.
And then it went into Ghostbusters 2. So I always had to fast forward. I'd watch the first one, and then I have to fast forward. Remember when you had to fast forward?
Oh, yeah.
To the start of the second.
It's adjust the tracking because the picture's a bit off.
Yeah, exactly. Batman episode. I wonder if it's here. Yeah, here's something. Yeah, it was released as a double feature in 1990.
Yeah.
And there was a black and white episode of Batman bridging the film.
That's just weird. Why?
They're saying it's Adam West and Burt Ward, but it wasn't. It was a black and white one.
Yeah, the previous thingy of Batman.
Ghostbusters Features Batman.
The Adam West stuff was all colour, wasn't it?
It was all camp. So it was from the 1943 serial.
Yeah. Weird.
No one. It'll be on eBay, but I don't have a video machine anymore, so I can't.
I do. I have a VHS machine.
And I really hope that the new film does well. I think it's a great cast. Like, people are complaining that Patton Oswalt's in it. People are complaining that James Acaster's in it. People are complaining about this and that. So see, if you don't watch it then. Like, if that's going to bother you, if one cast member who has done nothing wrong in his life.
Yep.
I mean, I don't like Ezra Miller. I think they've not done great things. Mm-hmm. But I still watched The Flash because I wanted to see Michael Keaton.
Same. Yep, and I still came out of The Flash going, that was a fun movie. I enjoyed it.
Apart from the CGI, it was fine.
Yeah, I cut that some slack. It's like, I get it, but I didn't come out and go, right, need to write a blog article. You're gonna go tell my fans. Get the flip out of here.
What will be really nice is that when we both see Frozen Empire, we should sit down and have a chat.
Yeah. We'll go, that was fun. When's the next one coming out?
Exactly, and I do hope it gets a sequel. I want Harrison to grow up in a world where he's got choices to watch multiple Ghostbusters films, and I'd love to take him to the cinema to go see one.
So we'll finish on one thing you can say to film fans who aren't decided whether to watch it.
It seems like an inoffensive, fun film. And we all need a bit of popcorn entertainment, right? Like, no offense to the Oscars whatsoever. And with the exception of Barbie, all the films were like serious thinking pieces. And that's fine, they award that. But I also think we need the popcorn films. We need the Avengers, we need the Marvels, we need the Batmans. You know, we need fun escapism. And I think Ghostbusters is a perfect example of an escapism film. And that's what movies are supposed to be, right? 2 hours of like forgetting what's going on in the world. And I bet you'll be singing that theme tune when you come out of the cinema.
Well, I'm gonna
don't let other people sway you. Don't
exactly where I'm gonna segue into.
Don't let a fan sway you. Like, go make your own mind up. Just because John on Facebook says, "Oh, it's crap, don't bother," and then it'll come and go in the cinema. You watch it on stream and you go, "Oh, I really wish I watched that in the cinema."
Yeah, which I saw so many people say about so many different films last year. I really wish I'd seen it on a big screen. Well, guess what? You can't because it's not on.
Yeah.
I would say part of what you said, if you see people on Facebook or Twitter or Blue Sky or Threads or Instagram or whatever going, "Oh, it's terrible, it's woke, there's women in it, it's an outrage, oh my God, there was like at least 3 women in that film, it's shocking." just ignore them all, because people do that now to try and just get a rise out of people. At clickbaits, and it's all this mess. Just go watch it for yourself. Yeah. If you come out of it and you go, "Do you know what, that's not in my top 10 films of all time," it's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's fine. Just go and make your own mind up, and you will enjoy it. Because the people that make these films, they put a lot of work in.
No one sets out to make a bad film.
No.
And there's plenty to like. And if you've never seen the first one or the second one or Afterlife, give it a go.
Yep.
You might like it. They're fun. Like, to me, they're just like comfort films.
Of course they are. Yeah.
Like, I just love the comfort of it, and like I really enjoy the second one. Like, there's something about the second one that I love. Like, there's so many neat little pairings, like, you know, Janina Lewis like watching Oscar, and, you know, Peter trying to win back Dana. Ernie gets quite a lot to do. There's a whole thing about Ray being possessed by Vigo, which comes out of nowhere at the end, and it's just fun. And the bit at the end of the painting, it's just you know, it's just nice.
It was nice to spend more time with those characters again, saying and doing different things than we've seen them do in the first one so many times over the years, because obviously we watched it a lot.
You know, 2 hours of those characters, and then if there's no sequel or whatever, that's it, we're done.
Yeah.
So anyway,
just make your own mind up. Go watch it yourself, and
yes,
have
that's why you're calling me a second time.
Yes.
So our time is truly up. But yes. I hope people will go see it with an open mind and enjoy it.
I hope you enjoy it as well. Let me know what your thoughts are on it.
No matter what, I'm going to enjoy it. Like, there's no way I'm not going to enjoy it.
Yeah.
So we're fine. Don't worry about me. I'm good.
Good. Well, you enjoy the rest of your day, Fraser.
Thank you. You too. I look forward to seeing people comment about how we're wrong about 2016.
Balls to them.
It's woke nonsense.
It's not woke. It's just got women in it. Give me a break.
Kate best.
Right. On that note, I'm going to go catch some ghosts. And you enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you. Toodaloo.
Bye.